Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We talking Bears draft preview and we are hyped up. And you know, when we talking Bears, we got Coach Floyd with us and we got my man Boone in the building as well too. Oh, okay, hi, get your LL on. Hey man, that you saw.
Love the ladies.
Yeah, love the ladies. This is Spectator Sporting, man. Bears made some incredible moves before the draft.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened. A lot of things fell into place for the Bears. It all started with that Hail Mary pass from the Houston Texans.
Thank you, Lovey.
Shout out to Lovey Smith.
Statue. Statue.
If we get a Super Bowl out of this team, he should get a ring.
Yeah, put it in the middle.
He should get a ring. But with that happened, so the Bears ended up with the #1 pick. And then with that #1 pick, they flipped it to the Carolina Panthers. Got the 9th pick, but they got a first-round pick, a second-round pick this year, and next year they got a first round and a second round, and they got DJ Moore. Am I missing anything?
Well, they get next year they got the Carolina Panthers first round pick. In 2025 they got the Panthers second round pick as well.
Okay.
In addition to that,
so they got a haul.
they got all.
They got a haul when it comes down to it. Now you got Justin Fields, you got your quarterback. The Bears say it's your team, make it happen. It's on Justin Fields. But the Bears still have a lot of holes. The Bears still have a lot of moves they still need to make. And now the draft. So let's talk about this #9 pick, Coach Floyd. I'm looking at the Bears, they need a lot. They got a lot of needs. So at the #9 pick, who you looking at?
Well, they needed a lot of things to happen. And so first, we're hoping that, we know that C.J. Stroud's going to be off the board, the Bryce Young, even hoping Will Levis, hearing about Anthony Richardson might sneak up up in there.
Hell of a pro they out here.
And so if those 4 quarterbacks go before the Bears, that's going to be amazing because that dropped some of the top talent in the draft. And everybody know last year when Ryan Poles was drafted, his first move he went after a D tackle. I don't think anybody will be shocked if Jalen Carter is on the board at 9.
Ooh.
You cannot. I don't care about it. I know he's going to drop a little bit because he got some off the field issues. So did Warren Sapp years ago. A lot of guys, but you cannot in the Chicago Bears organization let Jalen Carter pass up, which I don't think he's going to be there.
Okay.
I don't think Jalen Carter's going to be there with, you got the Lions, who defense was horrible. You have Seattle, who Pete Carroll's still there. So you got a lot of guys, which I don't think Jalen Carter will be there at 9. I personally think Paris Johnson is going to be the left tackle out of Ohio State. You could plug him right away. Maybe you could plug him at right tackle. Maybe you could plug him at left tackle. Have our left tackle move over to the right. I think that's who they're going to go with. I also have a best case scenario because the Bears they don't have another pick after that 9th pick into number 53. I would like to see them trade back, and they don't have to trade back far, but I would like to see them trade back, and I would like to see them get Kalijah Kancey. Defensive tackle out of Pitt. They're calling him. He's nowhere near Aaron Donald.
Here we go.
But they're comparing him to Aaron Donald. I would like to see them maybe trade back, maybe 5 to 6 spots, get a little more, and Kancey will be there. One of the best defensive tackles that's in the draft. That's what I would like to see.
Okay, yeah, definitely the Bears. If that happens with all the quarterbacks gone, the Bears they gonna get somebody really good at #9. Boom. What you think the Bears should do at #9?
You know what? And just going off what Coach Floyd said, I heard Dave Wannstedt on the radio talking about your guy from Pitt, and they said he's gonna be a good player. You know what I mean?
Of course he's gonna say that. You know.
And then the tackle Paris Johnson from Ohio State. He's 6'6", 310. He's a big, strong freak. You know what I mean? But when I saw film on him, I feel like he didn't really make the blocks. I feel like he got in the way, and he's big, but he didn't really just make that block. He wasn't really, just talking about that for me. I feel like with the 9th pick, if the Bears stay there, I would love for this guy Tyree Wilson to fall down to the Bears. And if I can get him or Carter, like you said, if one of those guys fall down, I'll be really happy. But I don't think it's going to fall down because you got to look at that 5, 6, 7 pick before the Bears get to 5, 6, 7 in 8. Because you got 5 with Seattle, they might get a defensive player. Detroit is definitely getting a defensive player with 6. The Vegas Raiders might get somebody with 7.
You don't think Seattle might take a quarterback?
I think they might. I think
Seattle takes a quarterback. I think they're going to take a quarterback.
I think they got Richardson from Florida to be perfect.
Or Will Levis.
Or even Levis. Yeah, you're right. Somebody that's mobile. I think
that's the
that'd be
thing with
perfect.
Detroit and Seattle. They got quarterbacks in place, so they could take those Levis and Richardson to sit them for a year.
Yeah. Atlanta can steal a defensive player from us. And like I said before, Atlanta pick is the Raiders, so they can steal a defensive player from us. But with all that being said, with the 9th pick, I'm going to talk to people. I feel like Skoronski, the offensive tackle from Northwestern, will be available. And I like Skoronski. He's 6'4", he's 315 pounds. Now that guy made blocks. I watched his film. Now it looked like he was kind of holding, because you can see that where he was getting that grip in on that shoulder pads to the defensive players, but you gotta be aggressive. He was making aggressive blocks each time. I like Skoronski. I don't care about the short arms because he was making the physical blocks. But I believe in making the defense stronger, okay? And it's a lot of cornerbacks out in this draft. There's a lot of cornerbacks, and I would go for the best one. Okay, my best cornerback I feel in the draft is Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. He's transferred from Colorado after 2 years in Colorado. Yep. He's 6'2", he's 200 pounds. He run a 4.4540. The guy is a finesse, skillful freak. The guy can move in open field. He can cover you like a blanket without holding you. He's going to get interceptions with the DBs we already got. You add him back there and then make a strength stronger. I like Christian Gonzalez. It's other corners out there. Maybe I'll talk about it later if we got time to get back to it. But I would take a cornerback, make your strong point on your defense stronger at the number 9 pick, because I think that guy from Texas Tech won't be there. If we can get a guy from Texas Tech or Carter, jump on those guys.
Without a doubt.
But I don't think both of them will be there. So I say make your strength stronger. I like the Northwestern tackle, but short arms, they say short arms is a big deal. I don't know. It's a big deal to a lot of NFL experts. So I say get your cornerback and make your strength stronger. Christian Gonzalez.
Before I go, that's what I hate about this. When it come around combine time and compare arms and everything, this dude was amazing for 4 years in the big team. Yeah. And now all of a sudden you want to find out some his arms are short. He showed on film that he was amazing for 4 years. He's a 4-year starter.
His film was phenomenal. He was making those blocks. He compare him to Paris Johnson, he was like getting in the way. God bless him. But no, Skoronski
was at right too. He only played 1 year at left tackle.
Yeah. Skoronski was making them blocks. That boy looked good though.
So I mean, it seemed like from what y'all saying, the Bears might have a lot of options. Actually, a lot of options. Yeah. So, Adi, what you think the Bears should do number 9?
Well, I was unpleasantly surprised that because with the Bears offseason, because several offensive tackles hit the free agent market, solid offensive tackles hit the free agent market, and Ryan Poles signed none of them. Okay, and so the Bears, they was the worst team in the NFL in sacks allowed per pass attempt. Justin Fields led the NFL in fumbles last season. We need an offensive tackle. I'm looking at the Justin Fields' former teammate, the Buckeye Paris Johnson Jr. Okay, the guy, like Marcus said, he played right guard in 2021.
Right guard?
Yeah, in 2021 he was right guard. Last season he thrived at left tackle and drew comparisons to Laramie Tunsil with the Houston Texans, who just signed a 3-year, $85 million extension to stay in Houston. Paris Johnson Jr., the man 6'6" with long 36-inch arms. He's very athletic, very mean, and he only allowed 2 sacks last season at the left tackle position. But now, if the Atlanta Falcons, with the number 8 overall pick, steals Paris Johnson Jr. away from us, it may be time for the Maine South and Northwestern alum, Peter Skoronski. Okay,
Peter Skoronski, Maine South.
Yeah, this guy, he has more experience than Paris Johnson Jr. at the offensive tackle position. The guy, Skoronski, he spent his entire career at left tackle. He's been in winning awards at the offensive tackle position since 2020. Pro Football Focus rated him as the best pass blocking offensive lineman in this entire draft. At the NFL Combine, he had the second best vertical jump and second best broad jump amongst the offensive linemen.
Oh, okay.
He's considered as the most technically sound offensive lineman in this entire draft. But Bowen brought up the short arm thing. Since at least 2010, the only offensive tackle to make it to a Pro Bowl with less than 36-inch arms is the former Cleveland Brown, 6-time All-Pro, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah,
Joe Thomas.
Yeah,
Joe Thomas. He's the only one.
Stat right there.
He's the only one.
that boy was cold though.
Yeah, but it's rare that a player that has less than 6-inch arms go and plays tackle in the NFL. So, like another guy, 2015, number 5 overall pick by the Redskins, Brandon Scherf. He at Iowa. He was the best left tackle in the country, and the Redskins put him at guard. He's a perennial Pro Bowl at guard because it's the arm length. Another guy, Cody Whitehair, he played left tackle at Kansas State, and the Bears drafted him. He been a guard for the Bears. So if guys that have less than 3-inch arms, because they gotta extend and they gotta punch and all that stuff, and when they in pass blocking, and those guys play guard. So I don't think we need another guard.
I agree with you saying, but I'm telling you, Skoronski is the best old lineman in this draft. I saw the film. This guy was making blocks every play, and he was like really making solid, strong blocks. Let's say pancakes, but he was pushing them out the way, he was turning them. He's better than Paris Johnson as an old lineman.
I love Peter Skoronski, but we just signed Nate Davis to $10 million a year from the Tennessee Titans. Tevin Jenkins was rated as Pro Football Focus the 3rd best offensive guard in the NFL. Wow. Cody Whitehair is making $10 million a year for the next year, signed through 2024. Okay, and then we got the boy Lucas Patrick who can play guard or center. We're guard heavy.
Yeah. See, that's why I want to jump in. That's why I don't think we can take Skoronski or Paris Jones. We got to do something else.
I mean, Paris Johnson is a tackle.
Right, because he's not that good. Okay, I'm saying it on camera, you record it. Okay, I'm going to say it, all right? I didn't want to say it. I like you, Paris Johnson. God bless your young life. Have a great career. You're not going to be a good he's not worth the 9th overall pick.
You're calling the bust, huh?
I'm calling the bust.
You're calling him the big
I'm sorry, I don't want to call him the bust. I'm saying he's not going to be good. He's not going to be a Pro Bowler.
I think they're looking at Paris Johnson's potential too. It ain't
all potential. His athleticism and everything.
Give that potential. We got Christian Gonzalez, the cornerback who played 2 years at Colorado and then 2 years at Oregon. The boy is cold. He's skillful. He's going to get interceptions. Or you can go down and get another cornerback from Illinois, Devon Weatherspoon. Now this dude is 6 foot, 180 pounds. He run a 4.4 40. He's a hitter. He's a thumper. He play with attitude. The boy is cold. You got people that's cold at the number 9 pick instead of some hopeful Paris Johnson.
Well, if you don't like Paris Johnson Jr., you got the guy right tackle from Tennessee. You got Darnell Wright. Okay, he's massive, 6'5". Yeah, right tackle, 333 pounds. Expected to go in the first round. He had some huge matchups in the SEC against Will Anderson from Alabama, B.J. Ojolari from LSU. He gave up 0 sacks last year. That's a guy. You also got to go to the Georgia Bulldog, Broderick Jones. This guy, 6'5", 310 pounds. Left tackle.
He's saw that film, man. And he got from Tennessee. I'm sorry, I never really heard of this guy from Tennessee.
I ain't gonna lie.
He's under the radar.
I'm a little gun shy on the Big Ten because I don't know how good they really are with the competition they playing against.
Yeah.
I know the SEC. I know they playing against dogs every Saturday.
Plus Tennessee offense was weird. They had that
offensive lineman. If you go through the NFL, you got more Big Ten offensive linemen than the SEC.
Skoronski blocked against Hutchinson.
I'm about to say Iowa is an offensive lineman factory.
Yeah, Wisconsin is too.
They got that offensive lineman.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't know. I see them when they get against them boy. I don't know.
Look. I'm gonna tell you, Justin Fields is. I would love to protect Justin Fields. The old line, we one tackle away from protecting Justin Fields and having the offense be able to see if he is that guy. Right? You want to test, want to get the offense together, get his skill position guys out there, get his linemen out there, and see if he's that guy. Understand that, but the offensive tackle talent is not at the number 9 pick right now. This guy from Tennessee I never heard of.
Darnell Wright.
Skaronski with the short arms. Paris Johnson with the potential. Not really, already did it already.
Roderick Jones from
I'm
SEC.
talking about two corners that did it already for years. Chris Gonzalez from Oregon and Devon Weatherspoon from Illinois. Let me tell you another corner. Joey Porter Jr. from Penn State is a beast. Okay, he's 6'2", 195 pounds, running 4'4". If he played a cover 2, this boy gonna make plays. He put his hands all over the ball.
His father played for the Steelers,
His
right?
father played for the Steelers. So we're talking about players. All right, and I wish we can get Tyreek, the guy from Texas Tech, in Georgia.
And boom on everybody.
Anybody named like an old lineman.
He named like
Anybody an offensive tackle. Look, it's people.
You don't want
an offensive tackle is not going to be good enough to be good for the man. I just named like you said, eight people. I named people don't get.
Okay, hold on.
Tackle is not going to be good enough.
I got to say one more thing.
It's not going to be a good
Last
number
year,
9.
all right, like I said, one more thing to say.
Not for number 9 pick.
One more thing to say. But last year before the draft, right, in the second round, we all of us were saying we need to get a wide receiver. We need to get the boy George Pickens. They didn't take him, right? They took two, a safety and a cornerback, right? Then they took Valen Jones, who don't look good in the third round. Now, please let me finish. And so then that caused the Bears to trade a second round pick for Chase Claypool, who's not looking good for the Bears. And so that was the number 33 overall pick. He kept trying to make up for making that mistake and everything, right? And so now he made the big trade for DJ Moore. But what I'm trying to say is this. The Bears have opportunity to get an offensive tackle. They need to do it. They need to stop getting cute and you know, taking these defensive players with the first pick. Take the offensive tackle so Justin Fields can stop leading the league and getting sacked and fumbling the ball all the damn time.
Our safety from Penn State is going to be a better NFL player than the wide receiver
George Pickens
from George Pickens.
We'll see about that.
We'll see that. And I would say
I might go with that one.
I might agree with Boone.
Okay, let's see.
I ain't gonna lie.
So we get the best player available. These quarterbacks are gonna be better than these offensive linemen.
Okay, hold on. So let's talk about something. Y'all say Paris
Johnson Jr.
Paris Johnson Jr.
You say Christian Gonzalez.
And you say Jalen Carter.
Well, if he's there, but I think
if he's there,
I think they're going to go.
So it's a possibility all these guys is gone too.
Yes.
When you get to number 9, so you gotta. I think from the Bears' point of view, you gotta keep your options open. Is there any chance they go with a skill position at number 9?
You talking about like a wide receiver?
Yes.
They got no way. They got Chase.
You know what though? It's one guy I like.
Jalen Smith.
They got Mooney.
Jalen Smith. How you say his name? Najee from Ohio State.
I've been hearing that. I just pray they don't.
I like Quentin Johnson from TCU. This boy is a big boy. What is he like? He's like 20 to 15 pounds. He's 6'4", 215. He's a big wide receiver. He's like a hopeful guy. You know, he was a bad offense, so you don't know. It's all potential. But no, don't get him.
But then they would trade Claypool. If they took a receiver, then they would trade Claypool.
I'm saying he actually.
I'm just asking a question.
This is going against the grain. This is going against the grain. I even put it in the group chat the other day. The most talented player possibly in this draft is the position they say don't draft, is the running back. He's by far my favorite player, Bijan Robinson. By far the most talented player. He's definitely Saquon McCaffrey. I'm just letting you guys know he ain't no bust potential nowhere near him. Now, do I want the Bears to take him? No, I don't want the Bears to take him. Do we want Justin Fields to have more weapons and everything? But he will be going very high, and I know, and it ain't just don't draft the running back. I think the rule has been, we get that confused, is the rule has been don't pay the running back. Now, once you got him on a rookie contract, he's fine, but we ain't re-signing you, as we just seen David Montgomery, average running back, great for the Bears, average running back, but the rule is in the NFL, don't pay a running back.
It's going. So, hey, I hope we get Jalen Carter. That's what I really want. I feel like that's a game changer. We get Jalen Carter.
Okay, I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but my number one wish is Tyree Wilson. I think Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech might be better than Jalen Carter.
You got to think about this, and he may be. Will Anderson may be. You know what I mean? But you got to think about this. What is your defense trying to do?
We need the technique.
The defense, that's the thing.
Talk to him, coach.
He's a chewing. He's a chewing. And so now, all the linebackers that you just signed, now they get free up. Now, I say it all the time. You look at Urlacher, amazing years. When he had a DT in front of him, he was amazing. When the years he didn't have a DT in front of him, he was average, or he was just good. He was always good.
Yeah.
But he was amazing with DTs in front of him. So I'm saying that to say, what are you trying to do on defense? And next, the number one thing you need to do with this defense.
I'm going to be the lone wolf here. I'm going to be the lone wolf. Jalen Carter, I'm not excited about him. He showed up, about 9 pounds bigger at the combine, and he couldn't finish the drills. He was too tired to finish the drills at the whatever when the scouts was there and things like that. The whole driving really fast and the car accident, the people down, that's tragic. I'm sad that happened, and then he had to get arrested and all that. Hopefully it was a mistake he learned from, but showing up and not finishing drills because you're too tired, that's crazy. Really alarming to me. And so, to me, I'm the one who, I say pass on Jalen Carter. Give me Paris Johnson Jr. So
the Bears are in a situation where they got a lot of needs. Let me ask y'all one question. So we keep talking about O-linemen. So is there any possibility that Braxton Jones, that Ryan Post feels like Braxton Jones is his left tackle?
Yeah.
I think he does. He played every snap.
He didn't sign offensive tackle the whole entire offseason. It was like 5 solid.
Well, they were in on a couple. Some of the prices went up. McGlinchey or whatever.
Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah, they were in on him, but the price just went out.
He went to the Broncos.
The price went out the rookie.
Yeah, and
he didn't sign none of them.
Braxton Jones been working with Olin Cruz on getting his lower body strength together. So hey, Olin Cruz is our guy.
Well, he had a pretty high ranking too, right? In the Pro.
You talking about Braxton Jones? He's the 20th best offensive tackle in the NFL.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
as a 5th round rookie.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So I think they sticking with him at left tackle. Whoever they take. If they take offensive tackle in the draft, they go move him to the right tackle. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to move the draft pick to right tackle.
I hope they get a right tackle in the free agency. I hope another team got a cut.
That's
no. That's over, bro. That's a pipe dream.
You can't. But here's the other thing. What we got to remember, and I'll talk about this later. You ain't gonna get every position this year. This is not your year to win.
Exactly.
You're not getting that. You're gonna have to go into next year with some holes.
Yeah.
I don't want to see another year of Justin Fields leading the league and getting sacked.
You want to know what Justin Fields can do.
So, but you want to take a cornerback. But you want to take a cornerback
because the offensive tackle situation. I would get Mike McGlinchey. I would get the Northwestern. Forget them short.
You mean Peter Skoronski?
Peter Skoronski. I get Peter Skoronski because I want to see what Justin. The Bears have not had an offensive system that worked that could be depended on since 1940, right? So I want to see what's going on.
2006, they had a good offensive line. They had a good running game.
13, don't forget about 13.
When they was good.
13,
but I'd rather have a football. I'd rather have a football team, though. You know what I mean? Like I'm used to the Bears not having an offense. You know what I'm saying? I've been in here my whole life in Chicago, so I'm used to it. And the best player available for the Bears to win more, I believe in Justin Fields. I believe he can be elusive in that backfield and do what he did a little bit last year, still throw the ball. I don't think he need all that help that the people are saying he need.
Yeah, he's leading sacks again.
Well, he led the league in sacks.
They've already came out and everybody said he shouldn't. They don't want him to run as much as he did.
Yeah,
and we don't want him to run.
If he did something similar to what he did, we can win games with a cornerback. Get another corner. Can we win? Yes, we will be slowing down Justin Fields' progression to being what he can be without giving that offensive tackle help. But these guys ain't gonna help. We're gonna be paying these guys, and then one guy got short arms, one guy is a potential. Hopefully, he can be somebody, and the other people I never heard of. So the offensive tackle situation is not gonna help. What was gonna help the overall team is getting another cold, solid DB back there. We had the steel curtain back there. That DB, solid.
So basically, you said something, Boom, and we're gonna end it like this. You said something, the best available. That's maybe what the Bears got to do when they get. If they don't make a trade like you spoke on, Coach, they can't make that trade that makes sense for them. And the players, the short arm, he not there. Jalen Carter might not be there. I don't mean to call him short. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was all good.
It was all wrong, but he's real good. I'm not gonna lie.
He is good though.
He's really good.
He's gonna be a great O-line.
Yeah. So, but they might not be there. So the Bears might be in a position if they can't make a trade that's quality for them to take the best player available.
Welcome to Chicago, Kansas from Pitt.
So the best player available, that's you got to look at your board and say, this is the player with the most potential. I don't care what position he plays. This is the guy that's got the most potential to be the best. That's maybe the way where they go in there. Because that number 9 is.
It's a lot of options.
It's a lot of options there.
Number 1 was better because it was simpler.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, actually, that would have been even worse because it was like, do you trade Fields or do you? That would have actually been worse.
It's no,
We talked about the first round, but as we spoke, the Bears got 2 second-round picks, but they're not to number 53 and 61. So they have a lot of in between unless what coach says come to fruition and they make some trades, then they might can move up. But as it stands right now, without no trades, the Bears have the 53 and the 61st pick in the second round. So boom, what do you think the Bears should do with the number 53 pick?
All right, so I've been doing a lot of hard research, and I wanted to look at guys that would fit into that category of late second round, early third round pick. So with the 53 pick, I got 2 options, okay? I'm gonna step on somebody's toes. I like Tui Paloa from USC.
Tui Pelotu.
Tui Pelotu, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now this guy is 6'4", okay, 290 pounds. All right, his junior year, he had 13 and a half sacks. He can play defensive end, but he played defensive tackle. So that's my only problem with him. As a 290-pound defensive tackle, get a little slim, all right, as a defensive tackle. But he was very productive, and he did play a lot of defensive end. So if he is not available, now he's projected to be a 58th pick in the draft.
One more thing before you move on. 13 and a half sacks he had, led the country in sacks.
I really like him. I really like him.
Yep.
Now, but if we can't get him because he played defensive tackle in the college career. So a defensive end that fits the position better is Felix Uzumo, who played at Kansas State, who was 6'3", he was 255 pounds, okay? He's a physically built to be a defensive end. I really like him. He's very similar to the USC Tua Peloto. Okay, he's very similar, but he is projected to be a defensive end instead of a defensive tackle, which will make him fit the scheme more better. We get the guy from USC, we have to move him at defensive end, I feel. He's too slim to be defensive tackle that he played in USC. So that's my guy at number 53. So one of those 2 guys.
Okay. Coach, who you looking at number 53?
I think he was reading my notes, but yes, with this Bears team, thinking that they're going to go hard. Hopefully they get Jalen Carter in the first round. The way the NFL is made up now, you can never have enough edge rushers.
Right.
And one of the better edge rushers that late is the Tua Pelotu. From USC, huge guy, like he said, undersized for DT, but Adi already said also led the country in sacks. I just at that second round pick, I just think the Bears have to come away with an edge rusher. Okay. You look at all the teams, and I'll talk about it a little later. You look at all the teams, Super Bowl teams, playoff teams. You can never have enough edge rushers, right. And I think personally, the Bears have to come away with this draft. I don't care what picks they are, with at least 2 edge rushers.
They definitely
that is their weakest position by far.
That is. They definitely need to get to that quarterback. I mean, when your defensive lineman, your top defensive lineman only get 3 sacks, that's your total. When your safety leads your team in sacks, that's a problem. Yeah. Adi, should the Bears do at number 53?
Okay, well, after the Bears traded Robert Quinn to the Eagles before the trade deadline, you couldn't find a worse combination of edge rushers in the NFL or Bears history. The Bears defensive ends combined for a grand total of 6.5 sacks, pitiful 6.5 sacks last season, okay? So the Bears, they did sign the former Titan, DeMarcus Walker. Yeah. He comes over, he's coming off by far his best season in 2022. 7 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 16 quarterback hits. But was that a breakout season or a fluke? We don't know.
Wasn't a starter.
Right.
Yeah, it was a starter.
Now, Just like these guys, I like Thule. Okay, I like Thule. But if we can't get Thule, how about Yaya? Okay, Yaya Diaz from Louisville. Yaya.
Okay.
This guy, you know, he's a late bloomer kind of guy. Okay, his first 2 years he played at junior college. In 2020, transferred to Louisville, and then last season he demanded recognition with 14 tackles for loss. 9 quarterback sacks. He scored well at the NFL Combine. He was the 4th best in the vertical jump, 6th best 40-yard dash amongst edge rushers in the NFL Combine. He will be a project for Eberflus, his history and all that stuff. Now, you got a Golden Domer from Notre Dame, Isaiah Foskey. I like him. He's a Swiss Army knife. He played all the positions in the front 7, traditional outside linebacker, stand-up rusher, defensive end. In the last 2 seasons, 22 sacks, 6'5", 265, okay? And one more guy, Georgia Tech's Keon White, okay? He's big for a defensive end, 6'5", 285 pounds, so he could slide inside on passing downs. He dominated in 2019 at Old Dominion, then he transferred to Georgia Tech, and he put his name on the map last season. He finally put his name on the map with 14 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks, and amongst edge rushers in the NFL Combine, he had the second most bench reps against the edge rushers in the NFL Combine. So he's a very strong guy. Edge rusher, it's a huge void.
One thing, his guy Isaiah Foskey, I really know. I'm think about him. I liked him when I first saw his film because he made a lot of flash plays, but he had a lot of bad film as well. He's very inconsistent. You know, he's very inconsistent. He's not, and he's 6'5" He's 260 pounds. He got a great body. Played at Notre Dame, a nice big school. Played a lot of competition. He's just a little bit inconsistent. But I like everything else Adi said about getting somebody in that 53rd pick.
Well, when you get to the 53rd pick, say the Bears, hypothetically, at number 9, they find their edge rusher. They get Jalen Carter. They get, what's the boy name from Texas Tech again?
Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, they get one of those guys. They still might have a need for offensive tackle. And it's a guy, you know, from Oklahoma named Wayne Morris, offensive tackle.
Okay.
That could be there. I don't know if he's going to be there. He's an athletic, fast guy. He got to get a little stronger. But it's a guy that can definitely help the Bears in the run game without a doubt, with his speed and able to do that. So I consider that a guy that maybe you can get at 53 if because the guys you're talking about like Tulu, I'm just gonna say Tulu. Tulu might be gone. He might not make it to 53.
He projected to be gone at they projected at 58 though.
Yeah, but
he's at 58. So
but if the quarterbacks
throw it off every year.
Yeah, they throw it off, and then that means people are gonna maybe jump up and over maybe for him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So because
I would,
because coach said it like. And all y'all said it. Edge rushers is a premium right now in this league. Like you got all these great quarterbacks in the league. You got to have somebody to get to them.
Tui with his hand fighting was really. I mean, he will dislodge you with his hand fighting. That's very huge when it comes down to O line and D line. So I like Tui a lot for USC. You're right. I can see him going a lot earlier.
So that's what we just got to be prepared if those high impactful edge rushers are not there. And we still and then we get that edge rusher, that defensive tackle at the 9th pick, we still gonna have a needed offensive tackle.
Man, you're right. If they take defense like you guys want in the first round, then they're gonna have to take an offensive tackle like you said in the second round. Absolutely.
So I think we gotta just be mindful of that. But the Bears also have the number 61 pick, Adi. So Adi, who should the Bears? What do you think about the 61 pick? So say they got their defensive guy or whatever. Your pick highest lined up. How would you go at 61?
61. The Bears they signed the 2-time Pro Bowl linebacker Tremaine Edmonds from Buffalo. They signed Phillies linebacker T.J. Edwards. He was number 7 in the NFL in tackles last season. But one thing Philadelphia and Buffalo got in common, they got some top-notch defensive tackles, while the Bears was the 2nd worst team in the NFL in rushing yards allowed. So I'm looking at the Wisconsin Badger, Keanu Benson. Keanu Benson.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I was listening saw his lead up to like, wait a minute.
Yeah, Benton 6'4", 310 pounds. Okay. He had a 48-2 record as a high school wrestler. The guy's one of the best run-stuffing defensive tackles in this draft. He doesn't have a lot of burst in his pass rush, but he will eat up double teams and create lanes for the linebackers to get those tackles for loss and everything. Now, if Benton is not there, you got another guy, Bowling Green's Carl Brooks, okay? Now, 5 years ago, he came to college. He was only a 220-pound linebacker, but now he's 6'3", 303 pounds. Even though he's gained 80 pounds since his freshman year, he hasn't lost much speed. He's very versatile. He played all over the defensive line last season, 18 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, okay? And he was at the Senior Bowl. He impressed the coaches a lot, but he was not invited to the NFL Combine. He feels slighted for that. He got a chip on his shoulder. He feels like his draft stock would have increased a lot more if he was invited to that Combine. That's why a lot of people haven't really heard about him. People that's kind of looking at the draft mocks and not really seeing his name. He was not invited to the Combine, but so he's determined to go, his pro day and everything like that. So Carl Brooks, he's a sleeper.
Coach, who you looking at 61?
So we're looking at the second round. I know I'm gonna be the one that's not liking. Everybody's not liking this pick, but I'm gonna go running back. We missed out on. We let David Montgomery go.
Mistake.
Somebody say mistake. I don't think Khalil Herbert. I think he could do a great job running the ball, but we need an all-around back. Justin Fields needs some more weapons. We did sign D'Onta Foreman. We got Travis Ebner, who's mainly going to be special team.
We got the one from Seattle too.
Travis Homer.
Travis Homer. But I'm saying running back. Somebody that could do it all, and that's Devon Achane from Texas A&M, SEC running back. So he can do it all, catch it out the backfield, do it all to replace David Montgomery, because we know part of that running game for Justin Fields was because we had some running backs, which people don't talk about a lot. The Bears did lead the NFL in rushing.
Definitely did.
And with all the horrible tackles we had, we still need that running game. We know what Luke Getsy liked to do.
Yeah.
He's going to be running the ball, so I wouldn't be shocked if we come out of there with a running back drafted. Even though it's not one of our top needs, it's still a position that we must be great at.
I disagree. I think it's one of our top needs.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the running back position do need to hit that guy, that stud. But yeah, so I stole my guy with Keontae Benton from Wisconsin. I saw his film. I love him. Okay, this guy is big, strong, run-stuffing defensive tackle. He's 6'4". He's 312 pounds. Okay, he's a big-time wrestler. To me, he had a high motor. All right, so he can play all day, 3-down back. He's going to be something special. I wanted him to get the Bears pick for the 53rd pick overall, but he's projected to be a 63rd overall pick, which maybe we can get him at 61. Okay, but I would even get him early because I think this is the guy, the perfect pick for the Bears. Big, strong defensive tackle from Wisconsin. But another guy I like is an edge rusher from Northwestern, Adetomiwa Adebowale. All right, said that bad. Young man, you are 6'2", you are 275 pounds. You're short, kind of stiff, but you can't drop back in coverage, but you are a pretty good high motor defensive end edge rusher. All right, guys, look. It's Adi, all right? His name was Adi, all right? Adi. Okay.
That's your public name. You should know that, man.
Right, exactly. I mean, I'm telling you. Now, the thing about this guy, when I saw his film, was he didn't really win at the point of attack all the time, but his high motor kept on fighting, and he had good handwork in his second and third move to get off of the offensive tackle, or so as a defensive end, he's 6'2", 275. I like him as far as a high motor guy for that 61st overall pick. If my guy that I really love from Wisconsin, Keanu Benton is not available.
Yeah, well, you know what? I would say we'll be lucky if the Michigan Wolverine, Mozzie Smith, if he could fall in the draft because he was arrested in October for a gun possession. Okay, now he got probation and everything, but he may fall in the draft. Now this guy, he's 6'3", 223 pounds, very athletic for a defensive tackle, first team All Big Ten, and this guy last season had 48 tackles. Okay, he at the NFL Combine he led all defensive tackles in bench press reps, and he was number 2 amongst everybody in bench press reps in the NFL Combine. He's strong as an ox, very athletic. If Mozzie Smith falls to the Bears at 61 or 53, they might pick him up.
Right, I understand that. I'm kind of with Coach on this one too. Like I think the Bears should. I wouldn't mind them getting a running back. I know you said Devon Ackley. I looked at Keandre Miller from TCU. Yeah, that's another good one.
I think he's. I think Ackley might be number 3. He might be number 2.
Yeah, so like
TCU got some good running backs.
Right, I think he'd be a perfect fit, for the Bears because he can do it all. He can catch out the backfield. He got speed. I just think I wouldn't be good. Listen, we want Justin Fields to succeed, and like the running backs. I mean, don't get me wrong. The run, Deontay Foreman and Deontay Foreman. He's solid.
Yeah,
they solid.
He's solid.
Yeah, but we need that game buster. We need that. We need that guy that home run.
I didn't like speed. I didn't like Foreman's speed.
The speed. We need.
Foreman got power.
Montgomery didn't have speed.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Right. That's why
he know how to get yards because he have great maneuverability. We need that person that get him a one block and cut, and he can take off. We need that, and then that we screen pass
a lot. That'll help out. That'll really help out the offense a lot.
So I'm with the running back at the number 61 pick if we can. I don't know if they might be gone actually. Both of these guys might be gone, but if one of them running backs do show up, I wouldn't be mad. The Bears, I know they got a bunch of needs. I know they need D tackle still. They need the defensive line, and so I know they're not finished. But I wouldn't mind them getting another running back. Let's talk about past the second round, Boom.
Okay.
Past the second round, we let's just go through some needs of the Bears. Like even if they get all the defensive tackles they can get, maybe they go defensive, D line first round, second round, both picks. Or maybe they get the running back. Maybe they get O tackle.
Right.
What's some other positions they need?
Okay, now you talking about this is a 64 pick, that first pick in the third round. You're talking about
64.
It's just going up, just going forth after that. After the second round, what else do you think the Bears holes they need to fill?
Okay, well, I'm looking at the Bears, and I was so heartbroken all season with the Bears' defensive running game and their defense period. So I cannot say they're gonna get enough defensive linemen in the draft.
Okay.
So what would I do? I would get a more defensive lineman. Okay, look, I'm gonna talk a little bit too long with this one, but remember last year the Bears got
Thanks for the warning.
like 45. Listen, the Bears got 45 offensive linemen in the late rounds. Remember last year?
Yep.
I want them to flip and get the 45 defensive linemen in the late round this year.
Okay.
So that's why I say I don't want to leave that defensive line area with this. Okay, so what would I get? Moving forward after that pick was 61, I would like to get either Andre Carter from Army. This dude is a 6'7", 255 pounds. He played at 280, but after he went to the combine, he got 255. He's 6'7", okay? In 2021, he had 15 and a half sacks.
Oh.
All right? He's a strong, big guy. I saw him drop back in coverage in a play where he tipped the ball for interception at 6'7", playing the ball in the open field. I like him a lot, but he got a lot of potential, you know what I mean? Because,
level of competition at Army.
Level of competition is low too, so he's all potential. So the guy I like more is Garvin Dexter. Okay, Garvin Dexter from Florida. He's a former hooper. He played basketball at a high level in high school. He's 6'6", he's 310 pounds, okay? He's a former hooper. He started since his sophomore year, and he's a freak giant. He had a big frame from Florida, okay? This guy is good. He can do a lot on the defensive line. So at that 64 pick, I would rather get Garvin Dexter from Florida. Kind of potential, coming from that basketball background. Real tall, big frame, strong on the defensive line. Defensive tackle, stop the run game, all right? Let's get the defense solid. I would stick with defense. I would go with guard.
You all defense in the whole draft.
Yeah. All defense. All defense.
All right, real quick.
Bear down. Monsters the midway.
And there you
Real
go. Quick, where we going? What the Bears need after the second round?
Okay, well, $6 million a year. That's all David Montgomery wanted. The 15th highest paid running back in the NFL. That's all he wanted, okay? But, he had 34 receptions last year. Deontay Foreman, Travis Homer, and Khalil Herbert combined for a pitiful 30 receptions, while my man David Montgomery had 34 receptions last year, okay? So, Ryan Poles, he's going to have to look at Israel Abanikanda, or running back. We need a running back. I agree with you. We need a running back. Izzy, I'm going to call him Izzy from Pittsburgh, okay? He's 5'10", 215 pounds. In 2021, he had an average 615 yards rushing, but he more than doubled that production last year. He was tied for first place in the FBS in touchdowns with 20. This guy, Izzy, he doesn't hesitate much. He hits the hole without delay. He has a nice blend of finesse and power, more finesse than power. He returned kicks throughout his career. He has potential to be an every down back. Now, there's another guy right in our backyard from the Fighting Illini, Chase Brown. Okay,
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Chase Brown. I like this guy. And getting receptions. Yeah, he was a Heisman candidate.
at one point.
This dude getting receptions out the backfield is a strength of his. In the last 2 seasons, 41 receptions. But he's going to fall in the draft though because he's 5'9", but he's strong and compact. Arm tackles would not work on him. He's very impressive with yards after contact at the NFL Combine. He was the best at the running back position with the bench press reps, okay? And he was number 5 in the 40-yard dash, running the 4.43. Good hands at the backfield, good stamina, a workhorse. The Bears, they gotta make up for this. They dropped the ball on the David Montgomery thing. Deontay Foreman, he was drafted in 2017, third-round pick. He only played 11 games in his first 3 seasons because he was injured. Then he played the next 2 seasons behind Derrick Henry in Tennessee. Didn't play much. He finally broke out last year with 914 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. David Montgomery is way more available and durable than this guy, okay? And he can catch the ball in the backfield. Ryan Poles messed that one up. You got to make up for it.
Excuse me, Coach.
Real quick, just to say a couple things. I don't know if they was impressed. Like I said, that they was good as David Montgomery was. They was very aggravated with his speed. Yeah. And so, very aggravated with his speed, no breakaway speed. Mm-hmm. Okay, now saying that about your Illinois guy, I love that because just look at the Super Bowl champs, guy who dropped because of size. Pacheco, am I saying that right? That got killed for the Chiefs during the playoffs.
A 7th-round pick, yeah.
A 7th-round pick. But I just personally believe the Bears, I said it earlier, the Bears need to leave this draft with multiple edge rushers.
Yep.
You said it first from Notre Dame, Foskey. Right. He mentioned Andre Carter, also Derek Hall from Auburn, and as well as Zach Harrison from Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Any of those guys, I would definitely take. Another position that you must need in the NFL, you can't have enough corners. We talked about corners a little bit. You got Eli Ricks out of Bama. You got Julius Brents, and DJ Turner. I think as Boone hit on, certain positions late in the draft, you just got to draft because you cannot have enough of them. You bring 3 to 4 corners in. You bring 3 DBs in every year. You see if they can play because this is a passing league, and nickel and dime sometimes will turn into your base packages. Yeah. So you need DBs, you need edge rushers.
Yeah, I'm with you. D-line definitely stack up on the D-line. You stack up and we get to the quarterback, and that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else will fall into place, don't get me wrong, but D-line is where I'm looking at. That's like, we got to get as many people as possible to get after the quarterback. You've been watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Shout out to Coach Floyd. Shout out to Boone for coming here and helping us out. We out. Peace.
Yeah.